and go.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Williams, and today I want to talk to you about the cons of medical marijuana. But before I get started, I want to read you this article from CBS News from April 18, 2014. This week, 2 Denver deaths were linked to marijuana use. A Denver man, Richard Kirk, 47 years old, is accused of killing his wife, Christine Kirk, 44 years old, on Monday while she was on the phone with a 911 dispatcher. Police say he ate marijuana-infused candy and possibly took prescription pain medication before the attack. The affidavit states that Christine Kirk told the dispatcher her husband had ingested marijuana candy and was hallucinating. She pleaded with dispatchers to hurry and send officers because her husband had asked her to get a gun and shoot him. She said she was scared of what he might do. Richard Kirk could be heard in the background of the 911 call talking about the candy he bought from a pot dispensary earlier that night. And surveillance footage from the shop captured the transaction, police said. A detective who interviewed him after the killing noted that he appeared to be under the influence of controlled substances based on his speech and inability to focus, according to the warrants. There is a blogger by the name of Sabrina Nixon, and Sabrina states, bottom line, everyone is responsible for his or her own health. With that responsibility comes the knowledge that any drug has its risks and benefits. Sometimes there are cases where the benefits of a drug outweigh the risk. Marijuana just happens to be one of them. I beg to differ with Sabrina Nixon because marijuana is said to be addictive, leads to harder drug use, interferes with fertility, impairs driving ability, and injures the lungs, immune system, and brain. Medical marijuana is a front for drug legalization and recreational use. What do you think about the use of medical marijuana? Medical marijuana. I urge you today to sign a petition to end its use. On November 8, 2016, Florida became the 28th state to legalize medical marijuana. Medical marijuana has more pros than cons. However, the cons outweigh the pros. Even though medical marijuana is good for cancer, AIDS, multiple sclerosis, pain, glaucoma, and epilepsy, the cons of using medical marijuana is that it's too dangerous to use. It lacks FDA approval, and it's illegal in some states. So today, I want to define medical marijuana, the impact it has on society, the effects of the body, and the alternatives to using medical marijuana. Medical marijuana originates from the plant Cannabis sativa and its chemical derivatives for treating medical complaints and conditions. First, medical marijuana comes in many forms. It comes in marinol, which is a pill, sesame, which is a capsule, and dried, which is edible, smoking, or vapor. Now imagine your children or your grandchildren coming into contact with edible medical marijuana in candy form, cookie form. Just imagine. And this is from Nancy Petrowski. Second, medical marijuana has an impact on society. there is the teen impact. In an article by Brunello Nazaro, teens are affected by medical marijuana because of their judgment and coordination, leading to accidents and injuries. Medical marijuana also has an impact on their IQs. Sometimes they may not know the difference between right and wrong. They may be confused or disoriented. And it especially affects their brain power, their memory, their speed, their attention, their focus, and their flexibility. In the study of the Journal of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, teens use medical marijuana not meant for them. In Denver, there were 121 of 164 teens who used diverted medical marijuana on an average of 50 times. Diverted just means that this medical marijuana was not meant for them. Also, there is substantial diversion use occurring from registered users. In an article by Carolyn, there are risk behaviors of medical marijuana. They will use medical marijuana more often to get high, and they will seek medical marijuana cards, which can be used as a reliable source for them to get legal marijuana. Also, an impact on society is the marijuana in the workplace. In an article in the Seton Hall Journal, there's a case of Miller Curtis versus Paul Curry, and I want to read you the article. An article in the Seton Hall Legislative Journal states, a Colorado federal judge dismissed a claim by a former Miller Coors employee, Paul Curry, who was fired after testing positive for medical marijuana. Curry, who suffered from hepatitis C, osteoarthritis, and pain, was licensed by the state of Colorado to use medical marijuana pursuant to the Medical Marijuana Amendment. Curry alleged that he used medical marijuana within the limits of the license, never used medical marijuana on the Miller Coors premises, and was never under the influence of marijuana at work. Nevertheless, Miller Coors fired him for testing positive for marijuana in violation of its drug policy. Dismissing Curry's claim, the court held that despite concern for Curry's medical condition, anti-discrimination law does not extend so far as to shield a disabled employee from the implementation of its employer's standard policies against employee misconduct. Furthermore, the court indicated that because of the marijuana continues to be illegal under federal law, employees have no protection under the Americans with Disabilities Act. So remember, if you go from state to state, you may be fired from your job because you're using medical marijuana, and it's not legal in that state. There are also negative effects of medical marijuana. Third, I'm going to give you the negative impact of using medical marijuana. This is your brain on medical marijuana. In an article by Boyd Bergenson, there are possible hazards to the body: psychosis, mental illness, schizophrenia, and suicide. There are other side effects noted by Boyd Bergenson. In treating glaucoma, medical marijuana increases heart rate. It decreases blood pressure. It increases the risk of lung and testicular cancer, and it also increases the risk of cancer of the respiratory tract. The THC in medical marijuana causes respiratory infection and tumor growth. Finally, there are alternatives to using medical marijuana. If you have glaucoma, simple laser surgery. If you have pain, ibuprofen. Zofran and ginger can be used for nausea. And these alternatives are vital to help treat symptoms without harming the body. So, don't believe the hype. Medical marijuana, medical marijuana being legalized will result in higher usage rates, especially among young people. It will lead to abuse and immoral marketing techniques. What do you think about medical marijuana? And also be aware, meth labs, illegal meth labs, are popping up near your children's school. And if this is where you want to find your teen in a suicidal state? So I urge you today to take action on signing a petition to use alternative drugs instead of medical marijuana. Today, I have discussed with you what medical marijuana means, its impact on society, its effects of the body, and alternatives to using medical marijuana. Thank you.